Trading is an industry where you get what you deserve. It might take a day, it might take a week, it might take a month, but one thing is for sure, you will definitely get what you deserve. If you do the right things, if you stick to your plan, you will see results. You may not see the results immediately, but over a period of time, you will see things play out. If you choose to keep falling for bad habits and following emotion, you will lose the results. If you lose yourself, uh, like as each candle is printing, losing your shit, you will see the results, and your trading results will show. Is basically a mirror. If you are disciplined, you will see your results in your trading. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video, I will basically just be going over the trade I took this week, and I will just go over a thing or two I learned during this week's trading. It might make sense to you, and I hope it does. So we'll just go about it and see what we can construct. I'll also go over the trade I took this week on GBBJPY. Rather, that's last week now. But you get the point. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right to it. So I'm back down here in my corner, and here we have GJ. TJ has a nice ring to it. So I was bullish. I took a buy on GJ, and here's how I pretty much framed my buy. You have to note though, everybody has the way they look at the markets, and it's something you just have to accept. People might trading support resistance, so people might be flipping a coin, might be waiting for a cock to crow 3 times in the morning to know whether they should buy or sell, and that's up to them. As far as they have an edge, they have data to prove that it works, and they stick to it. They will make money. They will make more money than you who has tens of indicators on your charts. Make more money than you who knows the algorithm that runs the market. And that's just the ugly truth. The sooner you make terms with that, you make your peace with that, it's better for you. Most of us here are here to make money. Yes, we enjoy the game, we're here for the game and all that, and that thrill comes with, it's similar to gambling. That thrill you get, that is the more reason why you have to keep yourself under control, because it's easy to lose yourself in these markets. So from the weekly time frame, even if I'm starting the monthly, we just have previous week was bullish, and already in hindsight you can see we're still going up. On the weekly, we had this fair value gap, we had this previous candles, which we were to go bearish. This candle should have like closed the previous candle, but it did not quick, and we were still valid for, and we could possibly draw towards the weekly high. On the daily, this weekly high was like more far-fetched, so I settled for this first, and I will later explain why you shouldn't like look for home runs in every trade. Like we took my trade here and my TP is over here. Already you can see how that went. I'll go into detail. We have this zone where I would consider price could sell, but it didn't. So my logic now, I don't know if you have been seeing my previous videos, if you compare to this, my logic has changed. So it's still the same model, the same everything, but I had to it was leaking from all sorts of things, so I had to patch it up and make it better. My logic is if we have multiple ways price could go, I would want to see one of them give way. I want to see price it, because eventually it would, and there's only one way price is going to, unless it's a consolidation, and even for those ones you should be able to anticipate them, but unless it works with your model and you can make money. If it's a weakness for you and you should avoid. So I marked out this fair value area, order block, whatever you want to call it, and we have this fair value. So if you want to go lower, you want to see price perspective, this area, and go, but it didn't. It ran it, but this is not enough information. So I marked this the daily candle high and ignore the lower time frame. This is daily candles high. We want to see price running, and I think at the time I would have gone lower to see this. This is the swing on the lower time frame. I would have gone lower to see that, but there was no point. I already had this 4-hour run, which was already enough. So if we're to invalidate my bias, because I want to see price run towards draw for the target, so and it should be the smoothest way possible without any resistance. If price shows for any reason that it's not going to go there, maybe it sweeps this high, I don't want to be in the trade. I will wait for confirmation, depending, maybe if it forms a fair value gap, I will look for confirmation within that fair value gap, or I'll simply just set out the trade and avoid possible. We have marked these candles, and the only way this trade will be invalidated for me is we have a sweep of the high. So we could go on the lower time frame and see what happens around the high. On the 1 hour we have a sweep, but that isn't enough. That isn't enough to invalidate my bias. Basically, what I want to see is, I want to see how price now, if price comes here and sweeps this high again, then I know that my bias is invalid. If price goes straight down, because ideally when I see a sweep like this, we expect price to just straight down, like you want to sell, so why don't you just sell anyway? Obviously it doesn't do that. And what happens? It closes above the high. I didn't get the best of entries, but let's say ideally in a perfect world, which we are not living, by the way, I would have entered straight after the candle closed. Still my stop loss would have been here, and the overall draw is the high here. So my take profit 1:2, usual, in and out, just like that. Yes, I could have chosen to go lower, refine, but there was absolutely no. I saw price run this high. So you see how I didn't need to wait for that 4-hour candle to give me all the assurance I needed and whatsoever, because I already was looking at how price was reacting from this 4-hour candle, and it's kind of now like I saw the future, because you see the next 4-hour candle ran that high. Understand? I could have also waited for that and entered here and maybe framed my risk below here using this 1-hour candle. So many ways to enter. Basically, it's all the same logic. I want to see price run to target, which it did, even though you know how the market can be. Came all the way down. I would have taken, if you rushed to break even, it would have taken you a break even, then gone hit the target, and you'd be like, oh my god, blah 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 blah, and you lose your shit. You reverse trade, and that's how you throw everything out of the window. So I had a trade like that this week. I had 4 trades, 1 win, 1 break even, and 2 losses. And it was a break even week, so it's not like my best week. Those weeks happen. Week before that was a winning week, and you cannot expect to have winning weeks every market. It's not balance palo. Get that into credit. I had a trade where I took a buy on I don't know, it was fair, definitely. Was a 1:2 also. Price came as close as this, and I had to be away from the chart. I did not want to. It's already close to TP, so we might as well just hit take profit, right? That's how most of us think. And I didn't want to be that guy who closes the trade, short. My take profit is there for a reason. My targets, everything was on point. I've done my work for the trade. The rest is not up to me. That's the logic I carry. If I want to do any trade management, I have to have had it in my system beforehand. I will not now start making up things because I see the market doing stuff. That is how mistakes happen. If you do it today and it works for you, you have acquired a new skill, you have acquired a bad habit, and it is going to bite you in the ass pretty soon. That's why I say you get what you deserve in trading. So because whether however you want to put it, oh, good decision, it was what? Indiscipline. It was not in your. So now you are going to next time you close a winner early. You could have hit your TP and you got your profits, and next thing you have FOMO, you have fear. It just turns into a whole other world. The same thing with put your stop loss. Let it hit your stop loss. If that was your plan, if that is what you have concluded that you want to, just let it hit the stop loss. You should have already accepted what you're going to lose. But you close it early and you feel like a bad guy. Tomorrow now there's a trade. I can bet you it's not this market. There's a trade that will come close to stop loss like this. But it did not invalidate your idea, because your stop loss ideally should be where you do not want to be in that trade, where your trade idea is invalidated. And it will go all the way straight to TP and you feel bad. You feel so bad. You feel like you lost. Don't worry. If you doubt it, go and try it yourself. It came here and it came all the way down, hit me out and break even. Similar to what happened here. Then went all the way to TP. And I looked at it, I was like, wow. So it's that kind of thing. Oh well, we move on. And it's that simple. You do not hold on to things, you do not hold on to a trade like it was your whole life. You understand? You just let it go and move on. It's as simple as that. So that is one lesson from this trading. And another one is, trading is an industry where the more you do does not mean you get more. Doing more does not mean you get more in trading. They are non-negotiable. You need to have the model. You need to have had, that is where you actually put in the work. All the grinding and hours of screen time. You need to have a model. Craft it, put it together, put it to the test, get data on the model so you know what your average win rate is over a couple of trades. And you keep trying to spot it, you keep repeating, you keep putting it to the test. When that happens now and you've set all the parameters, risk management, entry, bias, narrative, all those things, all you have to do is follow that model. Nothing else. You do not care what anybody is posting online. You do not care if somebody bought a new Benz, if somebody cashed out $6,000, $30,000 from the market. That's none of your business. All of them started somewhere. And when they started, they probably were not sharing their progress on the internet. So now you are seeing the result of compounding and all that, and now you think you want to be there. So what do? You extend your TikTok. I cannot make my mom proud with like $50. Let me make it $50. My brother, the worst thing that can happen to you, my brother or my sister, whoever is watching, the worst thing that can happen to you is they actually take profit on that thing. You have no idea what you have unlocked, because now it is going to be very difficult for you to stop, because you have told yourself that I can get away with doing bad stuff in the market. That's what it means. But if you did it and you collect things, give you one first, you go and sit down and think about your life, you can actually cut that cycle short, because it will make you reflect. But when you take profit and you're still in that euphoria, pride, you feel like you have arrived, and you do it a couple of times and that's why you hear people flip accounts. When you flip an account, you hear perfect credit, you hear $100 to 10k, and the person loses everything. You're like, how? It happens, especially when it happens to beginners, and that is when you now know okay, this is why they say trading is not easy. It's not really about the market, it's more about yourself. They are two extremes in the middle, of course. So that is, I don't even know how many lessons I'm saying, but just pick out as much as you can. I'm just for the place. I said, get your model, stick to it, and always be aware of however you're feeling, or how you feel when you do some certain things. That is how you keep tailoring your trading experience to suit you best, because you now know that okay, I perform better when I'm in this state. I get out of this state when I do this, I do that. For instance, you take a trade and staring at the charts like this, you are definitely going to have it. I can assure you. If it doesn't happen today, it might happen tomorrow or next week. And trust me, it will definitely happen. All those things where you come and move your TP, you move your stop loss, you add to a position, you are losing, add to a losing position, which I don't know why you would want to do that. You extend your stop loss, understand? Or so many things. Or you micromanage, you move your stop loss. All most of them comes from staring at the charts. Why are you staring at the chart? Do you think you have like a magic psychic power where you can use your mind to move the market to where you want? If we did, man, I would not be here sitting down talking to you. For me and you, we know that we don't have that power. As hard as it might be, and you really want to maintain control, first thing you can do is just step away from the charts and do something. Have a life. Do you understand? To help you. Try it like at the first time it's going to be very hard because then I'm trying to break a pattern. Try it like at least for a week and see how you feel. Whether win or loss, accept it and just you can come once in a while, check it. It better still set alerts. So when you know it has hit your stop loss, you can just see the pop up on your phone and be like, oh, okay, it don't happen. Then the best thing, do not go straight to the chart to now try and figure out what happened, went wrong. I'm talking from my experience. You want to go and figure out before you know it, you see one what seems like a juicy trade. It's even if it was, you still have probabilities. You might win, you might you not rush and take it because you must make it back. You don't want to accept the loss. You see how one thing can lead to another to lead to another, and that's why it's good to journal. That's the final thing. After you have your model, stick to it. Take your trades, journal after every trade. Review your journal. Journal the trade, how it went, of course, and then how you felt. Very important. So this week was, as I said, the week before I had a good week, so the week was now not so good. So it shows you how dynamic this thing can be. And all I have to do is go to my journal and check. The only thing I have to make sure, the only thing you have to make sure, the hard work in trading is making sure you follow your model to the T. That is all there is. Everything else is simple. I will not say easy because it is not easy. You have to battle with yourself every time. You want to do something. Your mind is crying that you should do something, but you don't because you know like doing that thing is not going to serve you in the long run. When you compound making right decisions over the long run, you will see the results. And when the results start coming, it now feels like it happened like this, but nobody knows what you have been. All you had to do to get to that point. So it should encourage you. If you're at the point where you had a week, breaking week, losing week, whatsoever, it should encourage you that as far as you did the right things, you should keep doing it. You can only make changes if you went and reviewed your model and you now put it to the test again and have new data. That is the only time you should change your model. All those things you're changing as the trade has already acted is nonsense and you are breaking the rules and it's going to fight you eventually because you keep adding, keep changing. Eventually you see that what you're trading is not your model again and you'll be wondering why you're losing. That's big. I could go on and on, but we say these things, people say these things over and over again. But if you do not do the work yourself and come to understand it yourself, you still keep making the same mistakes and you keep thinking that it doesn't work. Right now, I'm mostly trading a personal account. I still have the old prop account. If you have been following my channel, I still have that old prop account, the last one where I was doing series. It's still there. It's in drawdown. And yes, the mental uphill battle stuff coming out of drawdown is not easy, but the account is still there. For how many months? I am eventually going to buy a new prop because it is easier on the mind than trying to climb out of the ruts. You understand? But I've mostly been trading personal accounts. When I make something from the market, I can take it out and do something. And it's a good way for you to put your strategy to the test, because I do not back testing. I don't think is important trading. It's your money amount is, and focus on making your psychology, like work on your psychology, make it. And if you do that, you will now be like, okay, trading is not so hard. It's not that you suddenly stop feeling all those things, or you suddenly stop having the voices in your head telling you to overtrade, they are always there. But you get used to not doing that and not acting on your emotions. So I hope this one was insightful. Thanks for stopping by, and if you're new here, check out the channel. Feel free. Leave a like, subscribe. Once again, it's free, and look forward to videos. Leave a comment as well what you think. Share if you want. I'll catch you guys next video.